We have 4 Charlies. We used only 2 Charlies in the film. After watching the film, I was very sure that okay, no, this experience probably people should have in theaters.
And not thinking about what's gonna happen. And I had told this to my family, and my family was like, "Are you serious?" I was crying to that extent that I couldn't sit. I couldn't control at all. I had to walk out. I was a little disappointed at that time because I was expecting, because it was a dog-based film, and I was looking forward.
Well, today with us we have two renowned artists from the Kannada film industry, Rakshit Shetty and Sangeetha Sringeri. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
So, is this your first time in Kerala?
No, I've been here a lot of times.
Okay, so how is it here now? Because it's a rainy season here. So, how is the climate, food, people, everything?
It's beautiful. And see, my hometown is Udupi, so which is very similar to this.
Okay.
Not so I'm born and brought up in this climate, in this kind of weather, and this kind of coconut trees everywhere. So for me, this is, it seems very much like hometown.
Hometown, yeah. So, how about you? Is this your first time?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Okay.
And it's, as you said, actually I'm from Malnad, so it's also like this only, this thing. But rainy is always the best season to visit any place.
So, like, you are into so many things, like you are a director, actor, scriptwriter, producer. So how do you manage all these things? I know it's like very hard, but how do you manage all this?
I do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Because, it's not that I'm writing and acting at the same time. So when I'm writing, I'm just writing, and when I go on set, when I'm directing, I'm just directing. And producing is something, I have a team which looks after a lot of things.
Okay.
I just have to have an eagle's perspective where, okay, this is the budget and we have to finish the whole film in this budget. But the details and all, my team looks after after it. And acting is something which I probably go on spot, be in the character, and do what's necessary.
Okay. So which is the most comfortable role? I mean, being an actor, director?
Comfortable is being an actor, I think. Because you don't have to, if I have to only go on set and just act and come back, probably I don't have to think too much at all. And but the thing which I enjoy most probably is when I direct.
Okay. So, ma'am, we heard that you got this role via FB audition, right?
Yes.
So, what was the first thing that came into your mind when you got the call from film saying that you are...
Actually, it's not FB audition. It was article of, they were searching for a female lead.
Okay.
So then I went to Paramba and I gave audition over there. So yeah, after selection, of course, it was like the best part of my life, because I had waited around 6 or 7 months. Even for the Muhurta, the female lead was not announced, not even selected.
Okay.
So after I waited for a long time, and I thought that probably I'm not selected, and I was a little disappointed at that time because I was expecting, because it was a dog-based film, and I was looking forward, and moreover with Rakshit Shetty.
Okay.
So then it was great. As I told earlier also, I was a model before this, and I was trying to win pageantries like Miss India and World Supermodel, where I had got some titles, but I had not won it. But this, when I got selected for this was even like, it was just like the feeling like winning Miss India.
Okay, so anyway, all the best for your movie. Well, if Kirik Party was remade in Malayalam, which actor from this Malayalam industry you would like to see enacting your role?
Kirik Party?
Yeah.
I think Nivin.
Nivin?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you watched any of his films
Of course,
before?
Yeah. I watched Premam and Neram.
Neram.
Yeah.
Neram.
She's a fan of Dulquer.
Oh, really? So you?
I'm both, like Nevin Poli and Dulquer.
Dulquer,
I
okay.
watched almost all the films. Whichever comes first,
Okay.
I'm like watching it.
So you watch it with subtitles?
Yeah, I actually have more Malayali friends.
Okay.
So I can understand if you talk slowly. Yeah.
Alright, that's great. So, let me ask you something in Malayalam. Character-ne kurichu parayamo? Cinema character-ne kurichu parayamo?
Yeah. My name is Devika in 777 Charlie, and I'm playing an animal welfare officer. She is very much dedicated towards, rights for animals and all this illegal breeding. She's against that. So she's that character. She's very stubborn, and she knows what she has to do, and she's like, she's outspoken with that. She's not a bubbly character that I can say.
Okay.
And probably you'll enjoy watching Devika on screen.
So, in real life, are you a bold and outspoken person?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, that's great. When can we see you acting in a Malayalam movie?
No, this is a Malayalam film now.
No,
the original.
Original Malayalam version.
Okay. The thing is, I'm very nervous when it comes to when the director comes and gives me the dialogue sheet.
Okay.
That's my nervous point, because I don't remember lines. I have to read it like 20 times, 30 times, even if it is in Kannada. I have to read it in 30 times so that I remember it. I don't like when I'm acting, I don't want to remember it and perform. It has to come very naturally. So I have to read it again and again. So I'm not very sure if you give me Malayalam lines, probably I will take 1 year just reading the script.
But we badly wanted to see you in a Malayalam movie.
I would definitely love to do it someday.
All right. Welcome to Malayalam film industry. So, ma'am, what are your upcoming projects? I know that you're very much excited for Charlie 777. Other than that, what are your upcoming projects?
I'm doing a movie called Lucky Man, and after that it's Marigold. Lucky Man is with Darling Krishna and Puneeth Rajkumar sir, and another is Marigold, which is with Digant Manchal.
Okay. So, sir, are you a pet-friendly person? I mean, especially, are you a dog person?
I am now after Charlie.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. As a kid, I was a dog person. Once I lost 2 of my pets when I was a kid.
Okay.
After that, I didn't have. I was not too much attached to dogs. And also, I moved away from home. I went to hostel. I stayed in hostel for 4 years. And then I came to Bangalore, and in Bangalore I don't believe in having dogs, because because it's just 4 walls where they have to live, and whenever you take them for a walk, they get to go out. Otherwise, they have to stay inside the 4 walls. And I believe dogs are supposed to be free, not inside your house, not just inside your house. At least they're supposed to leave them also outside your house. So in Bangalore that doesn't happen.
Okay.
I don't want dogs in Bangalore, but in my hometown we always have dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many pets you have right now at your home?
Right now we have 2 in my hometown.
So do you have any?
Other than Charlie, obviously.
Do you have any plan to get Charlie? I mean.
Yeah. So we have 4 Charlies with us. Although we used only 2 Charlies in the film.
Okay.
One is the puppy, one is the older Charlie. We have 4 Charlies otherwise, who were trained for the film, but we only used 2 always. So after the film, 1 Charlie will go with the director, 1 Charlie will come with me, and another 2 Charlie probably, as of now we don't have plans. Either me or the director will take it, or somebody from the team wants to adopt it. That is one, if the trainer is ready to give up on those Charlies, because he's so attached to the dogs now, that as soon as every time we speak about adopting 1 Charlie with us, he's like his face goes down, it becomes small. So I have to sit and talk to him once now after the film.
Basically from the trailer itself, we saw that there is a special connection, right, between you and that pet. I mean Charlie.
Yeah.
So did that affected you after the schedule? I mean that particular connection.
Yeah. There are times when I have messaged, because he lives in Mysore, so he takes the dogs there. I'm happy that the dogs are there, because he has a huge compound, where the dogs can run around and all. Because in Bangalore, as I explained, I don't like dogs in Bangalore. But I have asked him so many times that please get them to Bangalore, and I want to see them.
Okay.
So I think that is the change which happened after Charlie. Probably before Charlie, I was not like that.
So how about you? Are you a dog person?
Yes, I love dogs. I have been rescuing dogs since I was in my 4th or 5th standard, and that was my first dog when I rescued. My family was not that supportive. No family actually supports in starting, but then they will be the person to take care of it. So I was a person who used to never tie a dog. So I used to put a bed, not even put a bed, but sometimes the BBMP people used to take it and go up. This happened to me many times. So I had adopted many indie dogs, and recently also I had adopted one, which just survived for 5 months. It had some issues. So yeah, I am a dog person, but now I don't have the power to adopt another dog, because I get very attached, and if something happens to it, it's very hard.
That's the one thing always happens with the pet. Once we started having that connection with them, and if something happens to them, it will affect us so badly, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the first time you are having an association with the Prithviraj Productions. So how was the entire experience?
Oh, amazing! Because the kind of support he's been giving us in terms of the release and everything, and right now he's shooting somewhere out of the country. And but after watching the trailer, he messaged me. He messaged the director. He messaged the cinematographer. So that's something which, you know, he didn't have to do, but he does that. You know, that small gestures means a lot to us. And you know, I know it's in safe hands.
Yeah. When was that first thought came into you to become an actor? As you said earlier, I mean, you have done a lot of beauty pageants.
Yeah.
So was that the time you really wanted to come to acting?
Yeah, acting is something that normally, I'm coming from defense background. My dad's from Air Force. So no, it was not something that I'll be born with, acting or modeling or anything. Anything related to glamour. My dad was against makeup also. So I was like a tomboy till 12th standard, and then when I came to college, I got to know there's something called as fresh face, and I got modeling and everything. Then I got an opportunity for a short film, after which I thought I laughed in my first shot itself. So it was funny for me. Like, how can someone say action and we can act? I didn't know the concept of this, and it was very funny. And the director asked me, "What's funny?" And I felt, okay, that was rude. I don't know, because I felt it was funny. Then when I did that short film, and its name was Karma, and later on I got a call from the Star Suvarna channel, and they told your face, this is what like you're looking for, similar face, and that was Sati in Har Har Mahadev.
Okay.
So for that also I was not sure. I was like, I'm a person who doesn't believe in God, and she is a goddess. Sati is a goddess, and it's a Pauranika Kannada that we have to speak, and I'm coming from defense background. I don't know even like proper Kannada was difficult for me. It was after signing Charlie I learned proper Kannada, talking to the director. His pronunciation is so good. So I was like, I couldn't do it, but then I took up the opportunity and I flew to Mumbai, and then I got to know acting is way deep than what we just see.
Okay.
We used to feel it is very, you know, easy just going in front of camera and telling dialogues, but no, it's not. It's way beyond that. And when I was criticized a little in my performance and everything, I took it up very seriously. That's when we take it seriously, right? When we get criticized for something. So I stayed back in Mumbai and I took some workshops and theatre workshops, everything. Then I saw Charlie's audition. And then I came, after doing Sati, then I came back to Bangalore from Hyderabad actually. Then I gave the audition, and
just like that, Charlie 777 happened.
I didn't think that I'll become an actor. I always wanted, like in a sense, I was a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan, and I always wanted to, you know, like, I used to tell mom, I didn't know that you can become an actor. That was something, that was a career or something. I never thought like that. But I always wanted to meet him, be with him. I was so like, he was my dream boy. So it was like that. So acting, it came to me also because I was a Bharatnatyam dancer, and expressions helped me with that.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you know how to, I mean, do you sing songs?
I had composed the lyrics in Hindi.
Okay, so can you please sing that song for us now, please?
No, because my voice is gone because of the weather.
Charlie 777 was initially meant to release in 2021, and because of this COVID issues, so many directors decided to come up with the in OTT platforms. So why you decided to release this movie in theatre itself?
So there was a point where we were thinking that you know, should we come on OTT, because we don't know where this is heading. You know, we had no idea when the theatres will open and when we can release the film in theatres, and there's a lot of other commitments also we have to look after. So, but Kiran was like, you know, okay, the film is getting ready anyways. Another 3-4 days, I'll arrange a show for you. You watch the film and then probably decide.
Okay.
And when I watched the film in our editor's studio, after watching the film, I was very sure that, okay, no, this experience probably people should have in theatres. So whatever it is, we'll wait. Even if we have to wait for 1 year, we'll wait. But let people have this experience in theatres. So that's when we decided, no, you know, even if it is, we have to wait till 2022 June also, we'll wait.
So A+ or Charlie 777?
Of course, Rules and Charlie. The fact is that even
777 Charlie or what?
A+ my first.
A+.
Oh, okay.
So
No one has actually. So the thing is, when I was signing the film, I was told that if you want to sign, like it was asked, like you have to sign it for 2 years contract that you will not be signing any other film. The main reason being, it's a dog-based film. We cannot be, you know, like Charlie's trained, and when it is ready, we don't want you to be having your dates blocked at that time. We can't actually take that risk. So it was not like any attitude or something. It was just the time should be given to the movie to be made in this. It should be made in quality. So when I heard the script, when the narration was given, I was so moved that in the first half itself, you were there, right? Like when the narration was given the round table, and I started crying. I just had to walk out of the room. I was crying to that extent that I couldn't sit. Like Vicky Vicky, I don't know tell in Kannada. So in English.
Vicky Vicky.
So it's like that we cry.
Weeping.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What do you say in Malayalam? Like you can't control. So I was like that. I couldn't control at all. I had to walk out of the place because I couldn't. I was like, I'm such a dog person, and I could relate it to everything I had faced in my life. So I walked out. It was like that. That is when I had decided that no matter what, I will commit to this film. I mean, it's a big deal for an actress to commit for 2 years and not thinking about what's gonna happen. And I had told this to my family, and my family was like, "Are you serious? Are you sure?" They were like this.
Yeah.
Then I was like, this movie is worth the wait. And everything fell in place when it had to release. It took like more than 2 years. It took 3-4 years in my case, like when I signed the film. Everything fell in place because of pandemic, we had to wait again.
Yeah.
But in pandemic, it added more because people started being more with the pet at that time, or they started adopting pets, and they also wanted that feeling of going out of the house once this pandemic gets over, to travel somewhere.
Yeah.
And this movie has everything from the pet love to traveling outside and an emotional a bond between an animal and dog. That is what people need after a pandemic, and it's the right time for the movie to release that.
One thing actually I would love to tell right now is that the same day after the release of the trailer here in Kerala, so many of my friends started updating the status in WhatsApp. So that was a hectic day for me, and suddenly when I saw all the status coming up, I asked one of my friends, "What is this about?" Then my friends said, like, "Don't ask me anything, just go to YouTube, watch the trailer of Charlie 777 and come back to me." I suddenly went and I watched the trailer, and for that few minutes I was like totally in a different world. Automatically my eyes filled with tears. There is some kind of emotion, happiness. It's a mixture of so many things. The trailer itself, as I said in the first place itself, the trailer is very promising. So quite excited again and again, I'm just telling the same thing, quite excited for the movie. So sir, can you repeat 2-3 words in Malayalam? I'll help you.
Okay. Okay.
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. നമസ്കാരം. ഞങ്ങളുടെ സിനിമ ചാർലി 777 ജൂൺ 10th തിയേറ്ററിൽ റിലീസ് ആവുകയാണ്. എല്ലാവരും തിയേറ്ററിൽ പോയി സിനിമ കാണണം. Thank you so much. So once again, thank you so much for your valuable time. Once again, all the best for your movie. Thank you so much.